welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday evening. I have a really fun card to share with you. It's going to be a little longer video tonight because we have some techniques and some fun things I'm going to share with you, and we are going to kind of destruct a die cut and kind of do some different things. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. Hi everybody, let me change my chat here to live chat. Oh, thank you so much, Pat. I appreciate the request for thumbs up. I do really appreciate that from everybody. Thank you. Hi everybody. Hi Cheryl. Oh, Kathy, I'm glad you're here again too. Welcome everybody. Hi Susan from Florida. Hi Paula. So we are going to do this card. Let me show you really quickly. And I've done some different techniques all over on this card. And you might wondering, where is that paper from? And so I'm going to show you all of that. So I'm excited to share that with you. But let's quickly jump on. Oh, first thing, I've been asked a lot. My grandson's basketball game went really well, but they lost by 1. They got down to the final at the very end. They were up the whole game. Towards the end, the other team scored, and I don't know all the rules for that age group, but apparently everybody has to be under the basket, and I don't know much about regular basketball either. But anyway, the other team was going to bring the ball in, but our team, they cannot go past a certain line to try to get the ball. They have to be able to try to take the ball to the net. Well, we were down to like 2 minutes left on the clock or something, and the other team, the coach told the boy that had the ball, take it in and just dribble right here back and forth. They cannot come get you. Let the clock run out, so we'll win. So that's what they did. Our coach called a timeout, called the boys over and said, if that's how they want to play, nothing we can do. Let's finish the game as positively as we can. And they had a great year. And anyway, so that's how it finished. Kind of like we could have done that 10 minutes ago and did that every time and then won, but you know, they want to play. So anyway, but they were all good sports about it. And that's not my grandson's #1 sport anyway. So he was like, oh, it was fun playing. So that's good. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Hi, Tashana. Hi, Marilyn. Tashana, I hope you had an amazing birthday. Hello, Miss Olivia. Okay, so let's jump into these quick things that are coming up. August bingo is going to be the 20th. We have a lot of new product going to be used for this bingo. It'll be holiday, new mini catalog themed, but also some other items that we have that are holiday that you might not, I mean, you're going to be like, oh, that, yeah, let's make that a holiday card. So there's going to be some fun stuff. Olivia actually was just here and saw a few of the bingo cards that I've started already. So that is going to be on the 20th. I hope you'll join. It's a lot of fun. Go ahead and go to my blog. There's a link below in the description. If you click on the link, it'll take you right over to the information about bingo. You will not need your card kits before bingo. I send them out afterwards and I explain all that as we go. So it's a lot of fun, and you can win a $100 shopping spree with me at my Stampin' Up store, and I give 4 of those away. So we play 4 games. I give 4 of those away. So we have a lot of fun. I send you kits. You come back to the video and create your projects at your leisure. On bingo night, we play bingo. I do create the projects, and we just have a lot of fun chatting and have a good time. So that's going to be on the 20th. The Sunrise Sailing class. My kits are done. I have it listed that I will mail them out by September 1st. It'll probably be before that because the kits are done. I just need to do the video and do my, the PDF is pretty much almost done too. Gorgeous cards, and yes, 4 fancy folds and then 1 larger 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. It's one of our Memories and More cards. And so all of those are going to be in this kit, Sunrise Sailing Class. I only have so many kits left, so if you would like, join so you can get a kit. Otherwise, it's going to end up being the video, and the PDF is available, and it will continue to be available. My husband bought me a cruise in a few months. Oh, how exciting, Tishana. You guys are just cruisers, aren't you? How fun. I love cruises. I am all about a cruise. Also, Paper Share is going to be coming your way. It is not up for registration yet, but it will be very soon. It's going to be for our mini catalog, our online exclusives. It's going to be 129 sheets of 6x6 paper, designer series paper, specialty paper, and I wrap each paper pack and label it for you. And of course, that's going to include a thank you gift from me. And so that's going to be coming up. And don't forget, August Paper Pumpkin, you have until the 10th to sign up. It's going to be Farmhouse Florals, this next Paper Pumpkin. And you're going to get an extra free stamp set with that. And then, of course, there's the add-ons, which is the Hugs a Bloom. And now I'm thinking about this. Let's see. June, July, August. Yeah. So you'll get the Hugs a Bloom. I believe that is the add-on for that. Now I'm questioning myself. May, June, July, August, September. Yes, Hugs a Bloom will be included in that. Sorry, I just was like, wait a minute, I got to make sure. So the Paper Pumpkin is going to be anything farmhouse. I'm all about it. So I'm excited about it. All right. So a little bit about my schedule. I will be here Wednesday doing an unboxing. So make sure you come and check that out. We get to pre-order our new items, and then you'll get to see the papers. So that'll tell you a little bit about if you want to do the Paper Share, which who doesn't like DSP and paper, right? And oh, Marilyn, if you like acorns, I hope you are looking at the catalog soon when it's coming. So I'm super excited. Oh, okay, so I just said there's some acorns in the catalog. So hi, Michelle. So yeah, unboxing Wednesday night, and then Thursday, our two little grandkids, Bo and Gunner from Montana, Catherine's boys, are going to be spending the weekend with us. They are 2 and 3, or almost 2 and 3, and it is going to be a busy weekend. So next Sunday, I can guarantee you, I will not be doing a video next Sunday because they leave Sunday evening sometime, and I don't know when, and I'm probably going to pass out. So we will be doing Wednesday unboxing, which will be so exciting, and then Sunday I will be passed out, but plan on being here the next Wednesday. All right, let's get busy with our card. I'm super excited to share this with you. We are doing, I don't even have the stamp set out because we're just using the dies on the Charming Days. All the supplies are listed below. We're using this large die here and this leaf right here. Okay, so we're using those. And let's see, we are going to be using Element of Text, Love, Love, Sentimental Framing, and that's where our sentiment's going to come from. And our die we're going to be using, I even left the paper in it. It is the third one from the largest. So that is the, oh, let me see if my, hold the phone here real quick. I think we had to mess around with the computer a little bit, and I just want to quickly check and make sure, because my autofocus is on, and that is not good because that causes somebody to go crazy. All right, so, and now I'm going to focus downward and change this camera because number one, my lighting is not on here very well. And let me change this one here. Sorry about that. We're gonna take our autofocus off of everything because I'm not sure why one camera had it and one didn't, and I do not know why this camera is dark. Does this look dark to you guys too? That is really weird. Let me go do something here. That is really odd. I have changed nothing with the camera. Is it dark for you guys? Because it sure looks dark to me. Huh. Let me turn my light back on and off. All right, do you guys, is it dark for you or is it just my camera? Because it's on both of my screens looking really weird. So I'm going to turn on another, it is dark. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to turn on another light while we're downward. It doesn't work so well when it's up, but I moved my light, but I didn't change the, so odd. It's the same light I've always had, and I haven't changed anything. Let me make sure my camera is clean. So weird. That is really odd. And now I have two lights on, and it still kind of looks. Well, I apologize. I do not know why it's like that, and I've changed nothing. But I am getting a new video camera, but I haven't put it up yet. Not terribly dark, a little blue. Yeah, it looks like a blue haze. I just don't know why. Okay, let's look. This one's fine. Okay, let's go to this one. Still blue. Okay, so now I know it's my camera, which is really odd because I didn't change anything. All right, let's, All right, guys, I really apologize. Well, we are even working in blue today. So I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't changed anything, which is really kind of weird. All right, well, we're going to continue on. I'm sorry. It's a little bit better. Okay, well, maybe it'll work its way out. I don't know what happened. I haven't even touched the camera, so not quite sure. Okay, so we're going to use the third one here for the meant to be dies. So let's just jump in and get started. We are also using some of the two-tone paper here. We're using the Secret C paper. And this is where I'm getting the paper here from the new Peaceful Garden. That's where this paper came from. And then I am going to show you in our kit. I kind of made a kit. Doesn't have everything, but for the most part. It'll have some bits and pieces for it. We're going to use this piece right here for our top. And this comes from the Irresistible Designs. Okay, guys, thank you. I just don't know what happens. Weird. I'm going to have to turn my computer off and back on, I guess, and see if it fixes it. Or maybe it's finally time to install my new camera, but it's kind of weird that it's just that one. We have the plaid, which we're using. Look at this, with the beautiful flowers. See that? And then it's like it's embossed. And then there's one more print. There we go. Okay, kind of like a leaf. Kind of, I don't know if that really looks like, oh, I guess it is like a leaf, but it looks like pods too. Like it could be like a pod of some kind. But so that's called Irresistible Designs, 165305. You get 2 sheets of each. All right, let's go ahead and move this to the side, and I'm going to do the inside. And we're going to stamp it. Let me move my card here. I'm really kind of weirded out about this whole inside here. Whoops. All right, all done. Okay, and I don't think I put my inside paper. Oh yeah, I did, but I already colored it. So because I had it, I colored it, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to do this for a video. So we're going to take this one. Let's do our inside real quick. We are going to stamp it, and it's going to say the sentiment we're using. You saw the front. It says, from laughs to tears, and then it says, I'm happy we've shared them together. So we're going to stamp I'm happy we did them together on the inside. You know, I'm going to look at one thing on this picture that I'm having. Nope. All right, well, I'm sorry. We're just going to go on, but that's just kind of weird. All right, so let's do, oh, you know what? I think I stamped this. Actually, I did, not in black. I stamped it in Secret C, so let's do that first. All right. All right, so I'm just going to line this up. I like to do the inside of my card first. And then when I stamp this, I'm looking at the lines over here to try to get it as straight as I can. All right, so we can go ahead and put that together. So I'm going to bring in a silicone mat. And we're going to take our little designer piece here, our specialty paper, and I'm going to add some glue, and we're going to glue that down. All right. I'm just going to use my seal here. I don't need my silicone when it's a darker piece because I can see it. But when it's on a white piece or a lighter color, I like to okay, we're going to do that. And then we're using crumb cake for our base. So of course the Secret C is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then the white is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3/4 by 4, and that is the inside of our card. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my grid paper, or if you have just a regular piece of paper that scrap paper, and we're going to do some coloring. So we are going to color Misty Moonlight is what we're going to use. Secret C I thought was a little too dark, so we're going to do some Misty Moonlight. Yeah, Michelle, it's blue again. I know. I don't know why. It's so weird. I've not changed not one thing since our last video. All right, so what I like to do is I'm going to take this top piece off. I don't really need the whole pad for any reason. So what I'm going to do is put this on here because eventually I'm going to want to turn the corner over to hold my paper. Okay, so for now though, I'm just going to pick up quite a bit of ink, and it does not bother me that the outside gets darker, but I'm going to turn it this way because I already did that there. I'm going to just kind of start on the outside a little, like if there's any like big inky harsh marks. And then I'm just going to come on. But you're going to notice the darker blue on the outside, and I'm okay with that because I want this to go fairly dark. All right, so I'm going to keep picking up ink and bring it on. And we're just going to keep going around and get it as dark as we want. Now this is where I'm going to go, and I'm probably going to just turn this corner here a little bit just to hold on to it. I washed my hands, so hopefully I don't have any lotions or anything, but I kind of just like to, and also not to get a bunch of ink on my hand. Even though I'm holding it right there, I'll probably get a little bit, but that's all right. And so you're going to want to get it as dark as you want. And I want it fairly dark, so we're going to go a little. Notice I'm not pushing really hard. I'm just picking up ink a lot more than I normally would. And right there, I tilted my brush over a little bit. So some of the bristles there that had like what I would have normally, see if I turn my brush, it's gonna pounce off a little of that extra. And I just tilted my brush a little bit, but that's okay. We're putting a lot of stuff on this card, so it'll be okay. Now this can tire your arm out if you have a whole bunch of them to do. I'm just gonna keep going. All right, so I still want it darker. So I'm just going to turn. And I'm going to mainly do around the edges because you're going to notice on the card, on the inside, we cover a lot of that up. So I really want to focus more on the edges to get the darker colors. Okay. This is taking a little longer than I was expecting. Maybe I need to go a little harder on it. For video purposes, I'm going to go a little harder. Make it a little faster. I don't like to do it too hard because then you can get some marks on it, but we'll be here all day. All right, so that's what's fun about this paper is it's got flowers, it's got leaves, it's got the plaid, and you can do whatever you want. Can you imagine if you took your blends and you could do like red stripes in between the smaller and then green, and then just come in with a green ink? That would be kind of fun. You can make your own holiday plaid paper. All right, so we're getting it. I'm going to do a little more on the top and the bottom. I'm not too worried about the middle, but I do want a little more of the dark on the top and bottom. I'm going to really kind of push in that ink. This is Misty Moonlight. Such a pretty blue. I think when I do my blending on blues, a lot of times it is Misty Moonlight when I want a little bit of a darker blue. All right, I'm gonna get that corner. All right, we're gonna go with this. I think it's fine. All right, so let's set that aside. Move that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do some gold embossing. Now this is my piece of two-tone, okay? So you have the two tones over. And what we're going to do is we're going to rip it because we want two pieces here, the dark and the light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the dark first. So I want this to go this way because I want the white to show, okay? So we're just going to rip like that. Okay, so there's my dark one, but then look, here's my light one already. So now I just really need to bring in my trimmer, and I'm just going to cut a piece, and this one's on top, so I'm going to make it a little longer. We can always cut it down if we need to, but I'm going to cut it about like that, and then this is going to go like this. Okay, so I just want two pieces there to go along. All right, so we're going to set that one aside just for a minute. We're going to, when we get the gold embossing out, we'll do that. So we're going to do this. the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our images here and we are going to cut this up. Okay, so I'm going to come in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Let me put this underneath. It's a little easier to see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to separate out this piece. And we're going to bring this out and we're going to cut the leaf here. And we're going to cut the flower here. So I'm cutting it along the leaf side because the leaf you're going to be able to see really well. So I'm just going to trim this little piece of the flower here off. Okay, so now we have that leaf. Now we're going to go to this leaf here. And I'm going to just kind of go up and down, make it like the flower is nice and smooth there. We have this leaf here. So we're going to separate everything. Okay, so there's our leaves, but don't forget right here we have a flower. So I'm going to bring that back in. Now, right here, well, first thing I'm going to do is fix this flower, this leaf, to make it a little more like a leaf and not like we just tore a flower off, the leaf off of it. So we're just going to kind of point this into looking like a flower. All right, so there we go. Now, we're going to take this flower off, this little flower. So just kind of go around. And then there's the flower. Like that. And then here's one over here. And I'm just going to go up and down right where it shows on the images. Just so it gives us a little bit of something to tuck under when we're attaching it, okay? Oh, Tashana, you know what? I don't remember, but it's number 165305. Gosh, I hope it's still current. 165, oh, let me see, there you go. 165305. Okay. Thank you, Holly. All right, so there's our flowers. Now, let's take this one. Let's get this flower off. So you should have 3 little flowers. So you're just going to curve it right along with the leaf. There, okay, so you have a nice smooth leaf. There's your 3 flowers. Now, right here is a stem. And I think this right here is part of the flower. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is I am going to come in and cut that so our flowers are now going to be separated. So we're going to just kind of go around like that. And this one, just kind of take those little rough edges off. All right, so there's our flowers. Now this one, we are also going to snip off what should be green coming up on the bottom of the flower. I know this is a time-intensive card. This is a one and done. This is the one that you make a video and you make an original card, and then that's probably it. But it's a fun card. Okay, so we're going to come up and take that whole piece off. Okay, so here's that. And then here is this little piece. Okay, so that's the piece we cut off that goes right up into the flower. All right, so we're going to take this and put it with the flowers, and we're going to take this and put it with the leaves. Okay, so now you have all these leaves. Remember, this one was by itself, and then these other ones here and this little piece was part of the cluster, and then we have these here. Okay, these 3. So, and then we've got these. So let's set these aside, the flowers, and we're going to worry about the leaves right now. We're going to do some gold embossing. No, I'm going to take that back. I forgot. We do embossing on the flowers too. So let's do our coloring first. So we're going to bring this back in. And the leaf, the little flower that stuck to my hand. There we go. And do some coloring. All right, the first thing we're going to do is and I'm going to bring you back in because, especially with my blue screen, which I do not know why, sorry. We're going to bring in our little flowers. And I kind of wanted to stay in the blues. So what I did is I'm going to bring in cloud cover, and we're going to use our blends. And I'm going to use the light color first. And we are just going to, I always like to take a pokey tool or something to just kind of hold on to it. We are going to color our flowers. All right, so there's one. Make sure you get the edges and stuff because they're going to be just kind of poked in when you put your flower arrangement together. So let's color those. So there's one, there's two. All right, and there's the third one. All right, so now what we're going to do is come back in with the dark cloud cover. All right, now we're just going to take it and just go, I just do it right in the middle, kind of like the middle of a flower that's darker. And I don't do it neat. Here, let me move it out of the way so you can see it. I just kind of go right around the center. Okay, just so it gives it a little more depth, a little interest on the flower. All right, so there's our 3 flowers. So we're going to set those aside. Okay, let's set our 3 flowers aside. All right, so there's our 3 flowers. Now we're going to bring in our larger flowers. All right, so we're going to start with these and we're going to use the light Misty Moonlight. Now, you know, normally I like to do the dark first, but because our coloring is just quick and simple, we're going to do the light first and then do the dark. All right, so we're going to take this and we're just going to color this, and this is our light Misty Moonlight. And we're going to do some layering on this, so don't worry if this seems like it's too dark. We're just going to layer it. I like to lay it down when I'm doing a lot of color on it so that I'm not wearing the tip out. All right, so, oops, don't let any white. All right, so, and I'm just doing it quickly to add color because we're going to be adding more color, so. And it's, you can just play with it with different, you know, which color goes first, which color goes last. Honestly, I think I did it, the other one a little bit differently. But then I thought, oh, maybe I should have done it this way to see. So we're going to do it. See what it looks like. All right. And layers and different colors until you get what you want. All right. So now we have those flowers. Now we're going to bring in the darker of the Misty Moonlight. And I still am going to use the brush tip, and we're just going to go down the lines. Okay, quick and simple. Just look at how much more interest that gives than the, I mean, I know the blue screen's killing me. I hope it, okay, there we go. Now I notice right there I need to do more coloring, but that's okay because we're going to bring in some more coloring in a minute. So let's do this one. Even though they give you those lines there, which is what's really nice, is you don't have to worry about like, oh, where do I add some different color there? It's already there. And we'll do this one. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to come back in with light cloud cover just to kind of add a little bit of color that's going to kind of tie in with our little colors there. And we're just going to lay down, and it's going to kind of mute our color just a little bit, but it gives it like a texture look. Okay, so let me show you the difference here, see if you can see it. And then we'll probably go back in with the dark again. But see how it kind of gives it a little bit of texture? And so it kind of gives it a little bit of lights and blue, you know, lights and darks on it. Again, lay it down. Okay, oh, right here, this corner had a little white, so now see, it's gone. And you don't want to do a lot of it because you don't want to push your blue away. You just want it to kind of blend a little bit, and it lightens a little. So see if you can tell there. All right, so now we're going to keep this one lighten it. And it doesn't change the color a lot, but it does do a little bit of a texture. All right, now I feel because I did that I need to go back in with the dark, and we're gonna just do the lines again. Just to add. Now that blue before, like kind of soaked into the lines, but now I want it on the top a little bit. Just to give it a little bit more depth to the color. And now we could have done it and used the dark cloud cover instead of the light and see what that looks like. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, and then you can go back in with colors. I mean, there's so much that you could do. Okay, so there are those. Now we're ready for our embossing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my embossing buddy. I don't want my whole pad to get all heated and stuff, and I haven't used my heat tool yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, oh no, I'm going to do it so you guys can see it. So let me I'm down at my bottom of this one. All right, let's do that one. And this is why you want to use paper that's more than just one, because it will go through your paper. All right, and then I'm also going to just fold it a little bit in case I get powder on it, I can fix it. All right, so we're going to set those aside, and we're going to work on our leaves first and our paper, okay? All right, now we're going to take our embossing buddy. We don't really need that quite yet, but we're going to bring in our leaves and this little stem leaf there, and our gold. All right, and of course our brush and our tweezers. We've got everything we need. Now, the hard part about doing these is there's no place to really hold it or use your tweezers without it getting, you know, not being able to see your stuffs, or you know, be able to not get embossing powder on it. So we're going to do it at the very bottom because we can redo that. You do not want to do it twice because it's going to make it, in fact, let me show you, because I did do one of these twice. Here's what the leaf looks like, but see this one right here? Let me see if I can move this leaf. See how really bubbly and smooth that one is? It's because it was embossed twice. So you don't really want it to look like, unless you do want it to look like that. But in this case, I really didn't want it to, which I'm glad it kind of got covered up. But I had to do it twice because I was holding it with the tweezers and it gave me a weird look. And so now I have this other idea of how I'm going to do it. Now, have a baby wipe or something nearby because you are going to get Versamark on your hands. So I have my baby wipe ready. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our leaf, and I just like to put it in, and really I should be doing this with one hand so I can have one hand okay. Not. Now, you could lay it in there and cover it up, all right? And what I would do, I do one at a time because then my heat gun starts heating up and that's just what I do. So what I'm going to do is I take this and I move it around until I can get all the embossing powder off of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just the tip, because if I have to go back over that, I'd rather just be the tip because we're tucking that in anyway. All right, so I'm going to move my embossing powder because I don't want to blow it all over the place. All right, so now I'm going to wait for my heat tool to get a little bit hot. All right, and I'm going to go under so you guys can see it. Let's see, here we go. So you can see where it starts turning, and then just move your heat tool. I might have to go to the top because it's starting to, it's such a little piece. All right, there we go. All right, so there's one. We'll set that aside. Now let's do another one. And the ends at the bottom, I don't really mind that they're not getting the gold on it. Because in that, if you look, I mean, it has it, but it's just, it's not like smooth and pretty because that's where my tool was at. But that's okay because it's going to be tucked in anyway. So now I'm going to lay that in there, put more gold. There we go. Pick it up. And then I'm going to use my tweezers on the end. I'm going to move that. We don't need powder all over. And then a lot of times, like I'll go downward. This time I just closed my pad up a little bit. I love embossing too. I just don't do it enough. And I do it enough just to where it's kind of smooth, and then I stop. Because if you keep doing it, it'll go over being embossed, right? So, set that one down. Okay, we're still going to say, I told you it's going to be a video where we're doing the whole card. There's one little part that I pre-did. Well, other than that little inside piece, but. All right, so let's do that. And you can shake it. I do not mind pouring the whole jar in my thing because it's easier. And I don't have to worry about moving it around to get embossing powder everywhere. And, you know, get it on the piece. Okay, so there we go. How many of you, was this the magic that you saw that said, oh, I must start stamping? Because once I started doing, went to a class and she did embossing, I was like, okay, yep, I want one of those. I need all the embossing powder. I needed everything. All right, there we go. Again. This time I threw it inward, it went down, and that's fine. I like to flip it over because I just think if it's on the bottom, it's just going to rub off. You have to take the embossing powder and put it back in your jar anyway. Who cares if it's all of it or a little bit of it. All right, so here we go. Oh, I'm like, where did my tweezers go? Oops. So that's the back side. So it's got embossing on it, and I don't care. Okay. Oh, that is the front side. The back side also has it, so I want to make sure. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, heat embossing is just, and it really makes a difference on a card. All right, so there's that. Now we just have one little, our little guy here. So same thing, face down, get him nice and inky there. I'm going to throw them in there. We're done with the Versamark. Oh, no, we're not. All right, so now, and yeah, you could shake your tray and get it on there, but I don't care. I just put it on there. Faster the better. I want to get to the magic part. Now this one is going to be a little hard because the top part there goes into the flower, so you want to grab this little part right there. So what we're going to do is try to lift it up with our pokey tool, and we might have to stick it back in the powder if we can't get that end, and I was able to. Yay! All right, there we go. All right. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to work on our DSP. All right, make sure you take your embossing powder off of your tweezers here, and I'll get it all off after, but I just kind of wipe it off and try to get as much as I can. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our two scraps here that we took our two-tone paper, all right, and it's going to end up looking like this, but I'm going to add gold on them. So we're going to take our Versamark, and all we need to do, there's no rhyme or reason, just kind of go like that. Sorry, I'm going to mute my. And then we're going to take this, and now you can just slide it in here. Now, if you think it's got too much or too little, like I think I want more here but less here, I'm going to wipe this off because I want to see a little bit of the white. All right, and I'm just going to kind of go here and go down a little bit because I want to see the white. So I'm just going to go. Doesn't have to, I don't want to see all the white. I don't have to see all of it, but I do want to kind of. All right, so now I need that tip. I'm not going to stick this back in there because I don't want embossing powder. I'm just going to put my finger and just wet that. Okay, so now I have the gold everywhere, and that's fine. Oh, I do not want the gold all up here where it kind of went when I was wiping it off. Okay, not that it probably would matter much. We cover a lot of that up. I should be using my tweezers, but I just grabbed it. All right, so there's that one. Look how pretty that looks. And now we're going to do the same with this one. And kind of use the corner right there to get into those little grooves, into those little smaller areas there, and make sure we get to the end. All right. All right. Now that one looks pretty good. I'm good with that. So we're going to move this now out of the way. I don't need this. Oh, but I do need, oh, I do need the gold. We'll go back to that in just a second. All right, there we go. So there are those. Now, we're not done with the gold embossing. We're going to set this aside. We have a couple more things to do. Number one, we're going to bring our flowers in, just the large ones. And I'm not going to try and get Versamark from the pad in there. So what I do have is I have this little Nuvo Smooth Precision glue pen, but they also have a Versamark pen out there, okay? So you can do that too. And so you want to take your pen, and I just dab a little, make sure it's working, and I'm going to just add the glue in the center. And I just go around all those outlines, and I kind of pick up this glue instead of squeezing this. I don't want too much. I just want to add a little bit of glue. And then we're going to take our tweezers, and I probably should have wiped off this, but it was alcohol, not ink, so hopefully, okay, so there's what it's going to look like. Let me hold it right there. Okay, so just add a little bit of glue, and then we're going to heat emboss this. All right, so there we go. I have one too, Tishana, and I don't know what I did with it. I have to find it because I have a couple of them actually. And then I think I have bought another one since then, but I don't know where it's at. But I had this, it's a glue pen. As long as you can get it to stick on there. All right, so there's that. So I'm gonna put this in here. So there's another one. We'll emboss that one. And we are going to use our embossing buddy in a minute. And you'll see kind of how that bubbles up, because remember it's glue, not Versamark. So you're going to have that glue. Now on this one, I did this top part. And and if you have this on your paper or your silicone mat or whatever, and glue does come out, it's going to go in between, and that's fine. You'll get it into the areas where you want it. And it really doesn't matter as long as you have it on there somewhere. All right, where'd my tweezers go again? I always laugh because, oh, jeez. I know they're there. Just gotta find them. All right. All right, so here I think I have a little too much, so I'm really gonna tap that off. And then I have a little brush that I'm gonna pull in. Oh. And take off a little bit of this. I don't need that much. See how it plugged up the hole right there? So if you want to do it from the back, you can kind of see where your hole is at. And it sealed that little hole right there, and I didn't want that. So I went in and cleaned that up. All right, so there are those flowers. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this back in. Now we're going to use our Versamark. Our embossing buddy. And because we added our ink on this, I want to do our embossing buddy. And I do quite a bit of powder on it. You can always take it off. But I do kind of wipe on it because I want it to, definitely pick up our ink. And we're going to use Versamark on this. And we're going to use our Elements of Text. And we're going to use this one here. So it's this one. All right, so I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to put it on this block. It's a little too big for the block, and it's okay. We're just using it to add a little bit of texture on there, but you do want to make sure your text is the right way. All right, so we're just going to add, I definitely want some down here because we see down there pretty good. And then I'm going to go up here, but then I'm going to add a little here and just a little up there. Okay. Now we're just going to take this, and now is where we'll just pick up the gold that's in there. All right, there we go. So we've got our gold on there now. So we're going to go ahead and heat emboss. Now we are done with our gold. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. All right. When I do this, I do use a lot of paper, but it's all right. All right, now we're gonna heat emboss this, and then we've got all of our heat and body embossing done. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you guys to subscribe and make sure you hit the little bell notification so that when I do go on, you get notified. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to build up my channel. And if you're liking the video, I would love a thumbs up. Even with our lovely blue haze, which, like I said, I got a new video camera. I haven't had trouble with the other one, but it had some different features that I liked. And I thought it would be easier for you guys for zooming in and different things. So I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I just haven't switched it yet. Every time I have time to switch it, it's like the day before a video, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to mess it up and then not be able to do my video. So, all right, so there we go. Now, something else important to do. Once you've done that, remember we put a lot of powder on there, and so what we want to do is we definitely want to go in and wipe that powder off. All right, so take a tissue and go in. Now watch the difference. Oh, you might not be able to see it, but it brings out your white just by wiping off all that extra powder. And honestly, a little bit of the ink comes off of that too. Okay, so now it looks nice and crisp and shiny. So, all right, so now what we're going to do, this is ready to go. We're going to take this and put it on our Secret C. Again, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and adhere those. All right, so let's put that on. Oh, you guys, I mentioned that I was in the middle of watching Sullivan's Crossing last time, and I finished it. It was really good. I highly suggest it. All right, so there's our hexagon that we're going to put. So what I like to do is put that on there, kind of get an idea of where it's going to go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our two-tone paper, and it's going to go like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive not on this piece. I'm going to put it on this piece, because if you put it on here and then you've got some pieces that go up and down, you may see the adhesive. But on here, just put it close to your edge there, okay, so that it's close. Then bring this in, and I just put it straight to as long as your edges are straight, then it's fine. You can show a little or show a lot. I want gold on both pieces to show. So edge to edge, as long as this edge is straight and this one, you're good. If this one was showing here, then this one's probably not straight. So that is good for me. This is going to go underneath. All right, so I'm going to bring it down quite a ways. You're not going to see it all the way, but I definitely want to see it on the edges here. So just kind of think about where you're going to put how far down you want that, and then how far down you want this. All right, so I think I'm going to go up, I'm going to go a little farther, about there. So I'm going to go right where that gold word is I'm going to put this. So I'm going to go ahead and now add my adhesive. All right, so I'm going to go right here. All right, and then we're going to put this about there. Now this is going to go straight down also because we've got a lot of popping up of the flowers and stuff. And remember, this paper is from the new Peaceful Gardens DSP. So it's coming up. You'll see it in the unboxing. I've showed you it before, but I'll show you again in the unboxing because it will be part of the paper share. All right, I'm going to put that right about there. And I'm just looking at the spacing on the sides. I'm going to put that there. All right, now I want to add ribbon. I already made my bow, but we want to make sure we bring in my, well, I don't have much left. Come on. There we go. That's all I have left. All right, so we're going to take this. Ooh, don't forget that the in color special is coming. So you want to do your in color, get your list ready to go. The new in color embellishments are available. All right, so I don't want these lines to show, so that's where I'm going to put my bow, I mean my ribbon. So I want to go right here and add my adhesive. All right, so we're just going to go straight across here and here. All right, so there's our ribbon. And now I cut this excess part off and I glue it. And remember, this panel is being glued down anyway, so let's go ahead and add that to our card base now that our ribbon's around. All right, so here's our card. There we go. All right. Now it's time to do our flowers. So the first thing I know that I'm going to do, now it's going to take me a little time. I got to put dimensionals on all these, but the first thing I do know is I am going to do this leaf up in that corner. So let's add our dimensionals. We're going to cut these. I'll make these my small ones because we're definitely going to need them. And that strip will move. And you can use halves. You don't have to use on all of them actually. But see how their gold even went on the back because when I stuck it in and it was on my fingers and everything. No, it's fine. Correct, Nancy. The markers, anything in color that, anything of the in colors, the DSP markers, there's a lot of different stuff. All right, what is going on here? That one, for whatever reason, is not sticking. It will. It's just, I think the gold maybe was not embossed all the way on the back of this little one right here. But I'm just going to get the backing off and leave it on there. It'll be fine. All right, so I'm going to take this largest leaf, the one that I didn't cut off, that I die cut itself, and put it up here in the corner. Okay, so there's that one. Because I know I don't want it to go off, and that kind of guides me to where my flowers are going to go. and how they're going to be able to stick on there. So let's put our embellishment, our dimensionals on everything. I'm not going to put any in the middle because that's all open. So we're just going to put them on all the petals and it'll be fine. Oh, this one, look at it. It still has powder and it's barely dry. I'm going to dry it. It's a little dry, but not all the way dry, but I'm going to dry it so that my dimensionals will stick. All right, better. Now I'll let that dry for a second. All right, we'll do our half ones. Let's do our large ones on here. It takes a little while to do cards like this, especially because I deconstructed this die cut, but if you find yourself that you're wanting to use something and it doesn't quite fit, maybe the die cut's too big, and it's something like this, cut the leaves off and then tuck them in. Or take a flower off and pop it up, or, you know, whatever, kind of make that work. All right, so these little ones, we're going to do little half pieces on here because they're really hard to get these to fit. Oh, look at that. I took the backing off, not the whole dimensional, because they'll go on the card, but they're kind of tucked back behind, so you don't really have to worry about it. You just need something on there to hold them. So it doesn't have to be a whole dimensional or anything, or cover the whole back. Just put it somewhere on there. There we go. All right, so there are those three. Got that. This one, those are done. We need this little guy, and now this is where it's dry. Let's do a half. All right, so there's those, and then this little guy, we'll put this right here. All right. Now, to put it all together. Oh, thank you, Nancy. All right. So now you have your large leaf. Kind of figure out what you want to do. I am going to put this one up here. I'm going to put this one like here. So let's just start with the large one. I'm going to use something else that's new, that's going to be available in the upcoming order in September. If you did Creativity now, then you were able to get it early. All right, so here's this. We're going to put this one just like right over here. And I'm going to go a little bit down this time, and I'll explain that to you in a minute what I did. All right, we're going to put that one about there. And then this one, we're going to add that, but this one, what I did last time when I added this is I glued it. I'm going to lay this down. I put my dimensional on here, but I'm taking it off. Let me show you what I did. I laid it down, and then I took this little gold piece and I just put it right up where it needs to go. And then I took a dimensional, a large one, and I went right over both of the little stem part and the flower. That way when you turn it over, it's, you know, in one piece. Come on. All right, there we go. And now this one, I'm going to go right up and stick it here behind that. Some leaves are going to go right there, so we're just going to kind of put that there. And now I'm just laying it there until I can kind of see that that's exactly where I want it. Let's take this 4-leaf one to kind of fill up space up here. And we're going to put that right here. Okay. We're going to take the 2-leaf one. And what we're going to do is this stem is barely behind here. So we're just going to stick this, lift this leaf up right here, and just kind of go like it's coming out of that leaf, and then lay that down and lay that down. And that way it's kind of covering that up a little bit. All right, we're going to take this one. Don't lose my flowers. Now we have this 3-leaf one. And we're going to put that right here. All right, so I'm going to move it to where these 2 leaves go to the right a little bit more. And that one's there, and that's fine. Now let's do our little flowers. And we have 3, and it really doesn't matter where they go. We're going to put this one right in here by the leaf, between the leaf and the flower there. We're going to put this one, let me get the backing off. Right here. Okay, and then this one. So we're adding just a little bit of a second color. And also just popping these flowers back in. We're going to put this one behind this leaf right here, like it's part of the flower. I'm going to put this leaf on top of the flower. All right, so there's that. Uh-oh, what was there? Oh, it's this leaf. That's fine. All right. I'm going to lift that up and bring it over, because we're going to do something else right there. We're going to take a bow. So I'm going to do a little bit in thread. I think I want it a little bit bigger. Come on. I kind of am making it short because I'm making the bow bigger, but that's all right. It'll work. It will work. Come on. I want the bow bigger, which makes the tail shorter, of course. There we go. Yay. All right, I'm not too concerned about the tail, but I do want the bow bigger. So I'm going to put the longer tail on the right and the shorter one on the left because it's going to go inside anyway. It's going to go behind this bow, so let's add a glue dot here. And then we're going to add the bow. So we have that bow behind it. All right, and then we're going to add, of course, some glue. It's been sitting here open. All right, so there's that. So we'll add that right here. All right, so we've got that on there. You can see my glue right there, right? It'll dry. Okay, I think I got a little bit on my dimensional, so it's not as sticky as I would like it, but it will be. All right, so we'll put that there. So that is all done. Now there's two more things to do. Number one, we need to add our sentiment. So what I did is I brought in this stamp set that said from laughs to tears, but it kind of was overlapping because there's not a lot of room right here. So what I did is I stamped this. So let me show you what it looks like. So I stamped it, okay, and then I cut out the from. So I've got this little, uh-oh, where did he go? This little from right here, all by itself, and I put some dimensionals on it. And then I decided I was going to add this. And I love cards with text like this on it, where they're kind of cut up and spread out through the card. So I did the from up here. And I just added it there. And you can have it sideways or straight, even like a little crooked. It's kind of cute. And then it says laughs to. Let me get these dimensional backings off. I put a bunch of little pieces of dimensionals because it's such, once you fussy cut it out, it's just little. So, and then I put that, I just kind of snugged that right in there. So from laughs to, now I'm going to put tears on here, but it's going to stick to the ribbon, not the paper. So I like to take my glue dots, and I'm going to have one ready because I'm going to put it underneath the word tears so that this will stick to the ribbon and the ribbon will stick to the dimensional, which sticks to the paper, and it holds it down so that tears doesn't go anywhere. So from laughs to tears, that's what a good friendship is you laugh together, you cry together, and you laugh till there's tears, and hopefully no wetting of the pants, but that's kind of the best time, right? You know, it all happens to us now when you're laughing so hard. All right, so here's tears, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so it's pretty much on the ribbon, but it's actually sticking, but I'm still going to go under with my glue dot here at the top part and just put it there so that in case it loosens up, it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so now the last thing to do is we're going to add our beautiful embellishments, and these are so pretty. It's called the Hues of Blue Flowers. And so what I thought last time is I added the cloud cover ones, but this time I think I'm going to go with the white because I want to see them a little more. So I'm going to put a large and a small here, and I'm going to put a small up there, and then so that's 3, and then I did end up putting them on top of these little flowers because remember, we're not making a bunch of these cards, right? So I'm going to add these on top of these little flowers right there, and then this one, I don't know if this one's even, no, it's kind of sticking up, so let me fix this one. There we go. And then this one goes right here. Now, if you feel like your little flowers aren't sticking well enough because they're in the middle of those flowers, you can put a little dimensional in the middle of the flower because you did add these on top, and they'll stay. But there we go. So there's your card. So yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth it when you've got, I mean, can you imagine this, you know, make this a wedding card, especially if their colors are blue, then it would just be a really pretty card for blue, and you can add, you know, a wedding sentiment or whatever on there. And I know Donna says she thinks it's too cluttered. I have a girlfriend that does not like the torn paper at all. But once I did this and added the gold, she was like, oh my gosh, okay, I totally would not do that because I don't like torn paper. But she liked the gold added to it because it just adds a little bit more. You don't have to gold emboss everything. You don't have to add your text on the back. You can always adjust it to whatever your taste is. So there you go. This is definitely a little bit more of a mixed media card. I think anything that you deconstruct, you add embossing to it, you add lots of different, you know, we did embossing powder. We did embossing powder. We did blending. We did the Stampin' Blends. We tore the text up and cut that up. We added, you know, layers of ribbon. Whenever you do a lot of stuff like that, to me, it's more of a mixed media project. And it's just, you know, everybody's taste is different. But I enjoy adding this in sometimes. I love that this is the same paper and that it gives you 2 different tones on it. You can add as much or as little of it as you want. You can add the text on it. This one has a little more than this one. Again, sorry about the blue screen, guys. I just don't have a clue what's going on with that. So I will be definitely looking into that. But so yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do with it, and different take things away, add things, whatever works for you. Change your colors. I just like to put ideas out there for you to just get some different ideas on, you know, things you can do with, I mean, look how much we did differently than what it was meant to be for. So it was just meant to be a regular die cut, and you can color it or just use colored paper. But I like the idea of using all the different things. So, and I just wanted to show you that. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thanks, Linda and Gloria. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. It was a lot of fun. And I hope you'll give at least 1 or 2 of these. Oh, see, I've got this other weird light on. At least 1 or 2 of these techniques a try, and see what works for you. Even if you just added gold leaves to something, it kind of really spruces it up. So Oh, Kathy, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. So Wednesday, I hope you'll catch me because I'm going to be doing an unboxing. Whoo, and Thursday, I'm getting my hair cut. Yay! I'm so glad. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. Bye, Tishana. Have a great week. So again, Wednesday unboxing. It will be. I may move it to 5 o'clock, so be aware of that. It depends on what time my order comes in. I am going to overnight it, so it should be here early in the morning. So it just depends on my day and getting it all put together. But I'd like to start a little earlier because I know those videos can go longer. And for those of you on the East Coast, I try to make it a little earlier if I can. So maybe 5 o'clock. So definitely make sure you're subscribed, but make sure you hit that notification bell. And then that's what's going to let you know that I'm going early. And then don't forget, I also try to remind you on my business Facebook page. I'll post it there and remind you what day. Is that 8 or 8:30? Carol, I believe you are 3 hours. If you're on East Coast on Eastern time, it's 3 hour difference because I am in California. And so it'll be 5 or 5:30, so 8 or 8:30, just depends. But I'll put it out on my Facebook page, and I will also put my reminder up here so that you guys know that. Yes, 5 or 5:30 for me is 8 or 8:30 for you. So that's correct. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. It's laundry night for me, so I'm going to go do some laundry, and I'm already getting my August thank you cards done. Can you believe it? I am a little bit ahead, so yay. All right, everybody, have a great time, and I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Bye, everybody.